Welcome to the Buccaneers Observer. This is Ralph Phillips. We got a big game coming up. Atlanta Falcons, conference rival. Big news today. The injury reports are out. Levante David, Jamel Dean out. Vita Vea questionable. But the big news is on Atlanta. Defensive lineman Onyemata is out, as well as right tackle McGarry and inside linebacker Nate Landman. Those are all starters. And Onyemata being out is huge. So, I have made my prediction. I put it down on the board. I'm going with the Buccaneers are going to win. Now, my biggest worry with Atlanta is their defensive line. But with Onyemata being out, I think it throws it in the Buccaneers' direction. So there you have it. There's my prediction. Done and done. How's everybody doing? We got Friday night. I'm feeling right. Is there a song about Friday night? There's got to be. Where is it? It is so quiet. This is weird. I have to keep checking, making sure I'm connected. Oh, hey, Molly. That's like a sympathy chat. Tom, what's going on? It hurts the Bucs? No. You talking about Onyemata? Rakan Battle. Who are you talking about? Don't scare me like this, Tom. You talking about the offensive lineman, or are you talking about the defensive lineman, or the linebacker? Well, I'm going with the Bucs in either case. It's going to be a slow night tonight, I think. We're going to watch some more of that All-22. Who is Nguata? Nguata. Are you doing like voice texting or something? Booty, 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 booty. So slow. It's like everybody's taking the night off. Yeah. Oh, you just made it up. Okay. I'm sitting here going, Tom's joking on me somehow. I know it. Onyemata. Onyemata. I watched that Dave Canales presser that we were talking about watching yesterday, and it was actually really good. I wish we would have watched it yesterday. He's just a very good communicator. He talked about the Godwin fiasco. He was asked about that, of course, and his whole thing was basically, they're trying to, nobody's more upset about it than Canales is. He's trying to figure it out. He's trying to get Mike the ball, but then he explained, why they're not getting the Mike the ball. He's just getting caught in between Mike Evans's big playability and then the short dump off passes with the other two guys. And he's like, it's situational and all that good stuff. So it was a pretty good answer. He talked about Mike Evans. Oh, we can watch today. Apparently, it's just us. Yeah. Hey, we can do what we want. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this live stream in my underwear. How about that? Nobody will know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I liked it. I thought it was a good presser. There's a couple of things I wanted to point out. Okay. Calm down, Mr. Happy. Here we go. Boop, 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 doo, 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 doo. I'm going to stop it and comment on it as we're going. So,
yeah. What we got?
Coach, 2 quick questions on the Evans touchdown. First,
You're gonna head out if I'm in my underwear, man? Come on. I thought we were tight like that.
was it a play call or an audible?
Okay, he asked about the touchdown to Mike Evans. Was it a play call or was it an audible at the line? Which is funny because Baker talked about it. He said they recognized when they got to the line it wasn't originally, Mike was not the number one until they got to the line and they saw the defense and then they switched it up. So it kind of was an audible, but anyhow, his answer is a tad bit different than what Baker Mayfield said.
On the 75-yard touchdown, it was a play call, and it was a great read by the quarterback. He's got his cues on that play, took it through a perfect ball. Mike ran a perfect route, something we've been stressing all year with the guys, very similar to Rock Jarrett's catch against the Niners, just having the discipline of footwork there. So, I mean, we were really stoked about that play.
And you started into my second question. Baker said beforehand that he wasn't the primary, but the safety rolled to one high.
Yeah.
How nice is it to your quarterback to get making those post-snap reads?
That's the design of it, and so, again,
Who's that guy asking questions? I do not recognize his voice. I love that shirt. Molly, if you're there, if you're watching this, I like that shirt. I just wish it had the word mark on it. Or, on the back. I'd like it to be like a nameplate on the back that had the word mark, Buccaneers. I think that'd be awesome. But I really like that black and white. Cool. Christmas is right around the corner.
We try to, put our best guys in the spots, and then, based on what the defense does, the ball finds our guys. And again, just the execution and really, being able to really test Mike's legs out on that play right there. And he showed he could finish, and what a fantastic, dive right there to have the presence of mind and keep that foot in bounds. I mean, how close was it that they didn't even call it a touchdown?
That was interesting. I just found out today that was Mike Evans's longest run for a touchdown in his career. So since he's been in the NFL, he had a longer one in college. That's his longest one. And Canales kind of alluded to it there. He was like, "Oh, we were testing out his legs." So basically, we want to see if he can outrun anybody. They all. Well, they just need to buy me nicer underwear then.
But yeah, we were thrilled about that.
What about being able to get Chris Godwin a little win in there too? Because
Yeah.
he was
Oh, guess who was it that asked about Chris Godwin? And look at his face too. His face is just like, oh, we got to talk about this. That is so funny. That's Jenna. Jenna said Chris Godwin, and this was his face as soon as she said that.
a guy we really didn't see targeted in that
Yeah.
game. We know he's dealing with a neck injury, and that can weigh on guys. So for him to be able to make an impact, a timely impact, when he did with that true play.
What a huge reminder for me, right? The guy's just magic with the ball, and so.
Yeah, I thought there was no way. There was no way because there was a couple guys that were, within 20 yards of Mike, and that's usually enough for them to catch him. He outran. I'd say 3 people because I count the guy that was 20 yards away as the third person. But Mike legitimately outran 2 people. You had the one guy that came across and was like neck and neck with Mike, but Mike got to the finish line. So I'm going to stick with he outran those guys. It's a great play by Mike. It was spectacular. I really liked it. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the Mike Evans jersey today, the alarm clock, in memoriam.
So I have to do a better job. I come up here and say
And so he's talking about Godwin. He's saying, I have to do a better job.
it every week. And, I'm not satisfied with, how we're using Chris in our offense. He's a huge part of what we do. Again, just speaking to that point, a lot of the ways we get the ball quick in touches, has been going a lot to Trey and to DT, and so some of those things that are designed to them, like Chris, he's averaging about 10 yards when we get him the ball behind the line of scrimmage on things that he's done well in the past. So I got to be more aware of spreading those types of touches out because he does have such a knack with the ball after the catch.
We're watching the press conference. We were talking about watching this yesterday, and we decided not to because it was 17 minutes long. But then I watched it last night, and it was really good. I was like, oh, man, we should have watched it. So we're watching it today. He already touched on the Chris Godwin issue. That's what he was just talking about because Jenna Lane, of course, had to ask him, how come you're not throwing the ball to Chris? How's that make you feel?
Where do you fall on the assertion that Todd Bowles had that the reason he had 0 catches is because he was in and out of the game because he was nicked up?
Well,
okay, now here somebody had asked him, what about Todd Bowles saying he was in and out of the game because he was nicked up? The whole Godwin kerfuffle win. Yeah. By everyone, she means me.
Well, just the numbers show like 82% of the snaps, that's a full load. I think we had reinforcements ready because he was on the injury reports working through some things throughout the week. And so we had David Moore, Ryan Miller ready, prepared and ready to go to just see what happened. But to Chris's credit, he prepared his body, he prepared his mind right. He stayed focused and engaged throughout the practices as we were working some of those things. And then it's just a stud on game day, and
see, I think that goes to what we were talking about yesterday, that Bowles was more or less just trying to cover for these guys, and he just said what he saw in practice, that they were preparing for Godwin to not to be playing as much. I don't think Bowles even knew the snap count or anything because, he was asked like immediately after the game.
And battled through it and still, he had the one opportunity to make a play and he did, So again, just back to my point, knowing that I can trust that, throughout the season, that he'll work through things and still be available for us in a big way as we need him.
We've got Trey and DT. Those are our reinforcements, man. The cavalry, right? I'm excited about that Dave Moore. Just a few snaps I've seen from him, he looks promising. Very impressed with that one route he ran against their linebacker 40. He was in the slot. He just juked that dude out. I mean, that dude literally did not know what to do. He was just like, it's a nice route. Baker didn't even see him either. He was wide open across the middle, of course. Yeah, right. You're right, Tom. That's the impression I'm getting.
On the ball a lot in his career. That was just the second rushing touchdown. Is that a wrinkle that you'd like to see more of?
He's talking about the rushing touchdown that Godwin got. So that's his only his second rushing touchdown.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, we had the one in Buffalo. I think he got 11 on it, and then that one, he took it all the way to the house. So just another thing for me, another piece of the puzzle that we can say, okay, when we got Mike and Chris out there with 2 tight ends, there's some other cool things we can do with the run game for Chris, as well as the quick screen stuff that I know that all of you are used to seeing to get him going.
Coach, what about involving Chris Godwin down the field?
Yeah.
He has 8
You're still talking about Chris Godwin.
targets of more than 20 or more yards,
Yeah.
but has 0 catches.
Yeah.
While Mike Evans has done so much of his damage down the field.
Yeah.
What can you say about maybe getting him involved in that aspect?
I think it's a chemistry thing. There were a couple of shots early on in the season, with just Baker, just the me to you factor, Baker throwing to Chris, seeing how he wins, how he holds his surface, the angles that he takes on those. That's something that we have to continue to improve to find ways to get that done. I mean, some near misses, balls out of bounds, a little bit just out of his reach and stuff like that. So.
The run game has improved as of late.
Yeah.
You're able to close the game out with a big run from Rashad.
Man, that
What
was
would you
huge.
credit to just what's been working and finding success?
Yeah, Goody, Joe, Skip, John Van Dam, Coach Moore, Jordan Somerville, those are the primary run pod guys that try to make sure that we're getting the right combinations against the right fronts, having answers for what if they do this, what if they do that, and just becoming us as a run game. So those guys have done a fantastic job giving us variety. Some of our runs have been static, but we do have our gun runs that give us a little bit of options outside. And I can't be more.
Now he's talking, kind of changing a little bit from what he claimed early in the year, that the outside run is just not part of their game plan. Now he's saying they've got some. What do you call them? The gun runs? I assume that's out of the shotgun? Don't know.
More thrilled with the direction that we're going there. And then you're just seeing really a lot of improved fundamental play from a group that now has games upon games stacking together, the communications, all those, the verbal and nonverbal, the physical communication within a combo that happens as you commit yourself to continue to try to run the ball. So love where we're headed. Rashad, Chase, all the guys just continue to learn where these runs hit and having patience with it.
You've done this a lot as an assistant, but your first chance as a coordinator, as a play caller, to go against a divisional opponent for the second time when you have a game this year of how they handled your offense. Is that a fun thing, and what is that like to anticipate the counter moves that they're going to make as well?
Yeah, I think
the question was, being a first-time offensive play caller, what's it like to have to deal with a division opponent again? And what have you learned? What do you think they're going to do? Are they going to try and trick you, basically? What's up, Al? That's a good point, Tom. Maybe we should. And he was used to. He's played in San Francisco for quite a few years with Debo. Yeah, Tom's jealous now. We were all talking about doing a show in underwear. What's up, Joe? The injury report came out, and we're not playing Devin White, Jamel Dean, and Vita Vea is questionable. And from the sounds of it, he might not be playing. So just from what the way the coach was saying it, it was like he's more than likely he's going to be designated as doubtful. But on the Falcons side, they've got Onyemata is out. That's big. That's huge. They've got their right tackle McGrary is out. That's big. And then their linebacker Nate Landman is out. Those are all three starters. So with that information, I gave my prediction, and I put it on the board, and I picked the Bucs. We're going 21-17. Tom scored 5 touchdowns.
I think it's really important after we.
Oh, here it is. Again, before I went on my rambling here, he's talking about for the first time playing a division rival twice. And what has he learned? What does he think they're going to do?
Play them the first time to kind of go back through what wasn't called that we liked first and foremost, and then the things we thought we liked, how did they counter it? How did they take those things away, or wish we would have had this pass on this situation? Wish we would have started off with these types of runs in the game early on as we kind of learn how they're playing it and how they're hitting their combos. So that's kind of how we approach it. There is what can we carry over, and then what can we build off of what we did the first time. And I thought they played a fantastic game against us. We had a couple of big runs come away from us because of holding calls that Rashad had. And then we were just, as you guys remember, early in the season, we were a little bit sloppy with the cadence and with alignments and things like that. Things we've cleaned up for the most part. It's not been perfect, but a lot of those things, a young group just kind of coming and playing cleaner ball will help us be more efficient this time. But, I really respect the job that Coach Nielsen did just defending us in that game and really making it hard for us to run the ball.
If you had a vote for most improved from week 1, who would it be?
Cody Mock, for sure. I would say Cody Mock, just being thrown into the fire, and just kind of battling his way like we've talked about before, working through the issues. But I think there's a depth to his person that he doesn't get shaken, where a lot of times you get a rookie and all of a sudden they start losing confidence. You start thinking about, should we be playing a veteran in this spot, and I just saw.
Now, I think that was completely fascinating because we have talked about this all season long. He's talking about Cody Mock.
Him stay steady. He's got that hard work ethic.
Let me rewind that real quick.
Like we've talked about before, working through what Coach Nielsen did, just defending us in that game and really making it hard for us to run the ball.
If you had a vote for most improved from week 1, who would it be?
Cody Mock, for sure. I would say Cody Mock. Just being thrown into the fire, and just kind of battling his way like we've talked about before, working through the issues. But I think there's a depth to his person that he doesn't get shaken, where a lot of times you get a rookie and all of a sudden they start losing confidence. You start thinking about, should we be playing a veteran in this spot, and I just saw him stay steady. He's got that hard work ethic, and he's just a really even-keeled guy. And he's really smart, so to see him process those things, but not over-process it to the point where it was crippling to his performance. I can't.
I like that. He's smart. It's kind of like the ugly girl. She got a great personality. Your offensive lineman, the best thing you can say about him is he's smart. But what I found fascinating is he had the same response that we did. It's like, we need to put a veteran in there, But he was talking about that. That they had thought about, should we replace him with a veteran? Should we put somebody in there that knows how to play, basically? But he said no, because, and this has been my reasoning is, it could really damage this kid confidence-wise. And he addressed that, and he was like, no, his confidence is unshakable. The guy is just one of those people, apparently, that just nothing bothers him, And so that's pretty cool to know. Now, as far as Baker Mayfield goes, I'm sure he would probably like to have a veteran in there. But Cody's going to be better off, maybe, just trial by fire. I don't know. What's up, Lucas? That's a fantasy football question. Byron Leftwich. Oh, that's a fantasy football question. Yeah, right. And not only did they make it to the NFL, but they had to go through college to do it, right? Bo Nix is going back to Oregon to play another year, so we're losing another quarterback, huh? Man. Yeah, Kate, that was my biggest concern with Cody Mock. You know, I'm like, man, the way he's getting whooped out there, he's going to be ruined. He's going to be ruined. You know, because that would just destroy your confidence. But that's why they're keeping him out there, apparently, because he's unflappable. Which I really like that. I was like, that's interesting because it was a big concern of mine. You can't be a super senior. What's he on his 6th year or something? We're going to start seeing that a lot too with these players. You know, now that this NIL stuff's really picking up and they're making a lot of money. You know, we're going to see where they're going to want to extend, you know, their eligibility time to 6-8 years probably. It's going to be crazy. Whether soccer counts as a sport. That's cruel, man. Well, which side were you on? Let me guess. Soccer's not a sport. What was some of your arguments? I got to hear this.
Can't be more proud of the progress he's made.
He said, you know, that after the San Francisco game, that's where things kind of slowed down for him.
Yeah.
Is that where you mentioned it before? San Francisco, he really stepped up.
Yeah.
What do you think clicked there for him?
Still talking about Cody Mock, and Canales said it was the San Francisco game that things started to slow down for him. He started to get better. And this guy was asking, what was it that clicked? Look at this face. I need to screenshot that. Oof. Yeah. Marvin Harris Jr., we need to get him. Oh, you were trolling him? I bet he was, man. Those soccer guys, they're very touchy about that. Yeah. Yeah, his face is cracking me up here.
I mean, first and foremost, just his fundamentals, his footwork and his hand placement, where he puts his helmet at. You know, I saw.
That's a good point, Rampage.
And really take a leap in that game, and then for him to have success against a great player in Armstead, you know,
what's up, Scott?
Will do a lot for your confidence.
Like
we've had similar situations in Seattle with J.R. Sweezy going from D-line to offense, and his first career starts against Darnell Dockett from the Arizona Cardinals in his prime. You know, just a monster 3 technique, and but again, the same type of character with him, with Cody, was just being able to.
Hey, Kate's in here. She probably likes soccer. Argentina's usually got a good soccer team.
Work through those things, stay on the course, and just keep improving weekly, to the point where he became a really good player in an offensive line that took us to the championship the following year. So I love the fact that Cody's able to do that.
Well, just for your to make you feel better, Kate, I like soccer. I don't watch it anymore. I just don't have the time, but I understand why people get into it. Well, when I say I like soccer, I could say I don't mind soccer. There was a period there that I got into it and I enjoyed it, but Messi. America's love for soccer starts at age 6, and ends at age 9, at age 8. Oh, y'all crack me. Ugh. Lucas, there's a lot of sports like that. Baseball is like that for me, and basketball as well. Love playing them. Absolutely love playing them. But I can't stand to watch them. I would say golf too, but I only played golf for a little while. I don't know how people can watch golf. You got 12 professional soccer teams in one city. Good grief. These facial expressions this guy makes. Oh man, we could do a whole video just pausing his press conferences. I should make that the thumbnail. That is hilarious. He's Tweak from South Park. Oh gosh. Y'all do know he's on our team, right? We shouldn't be joking him. I just see him doing. Oh my gosh, what am I drawing here? What's up, Castillo? Is Mike All-Star started? I wish. We might would have a running game, huh? All right. Okay, what was he talking about? Is he still on Cody Mock here? Okay.
One last thing on Godwin.
Yeah.
Could you just clarify?
Going back to Godwin.
Yeah.
You know, his wife went on social media.
Oh, now talking about his wife went on social media. It took some shots at Coach Bowles.
We have never heard him complain.
Yeah.
in the media.
They had never heard Godwin complain.
Has he been unhappy with his
Has he been
targets?
unhappy?
From his wife?
Or is that just
Well,
from
he
his
and I had a
wife?
great conversation. I like to keep, most of that, between us, but I think
Yeah.
the one thing that I can share is we share equal frustration with this thing, and
Yeah, you're right, Scott. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't play golf is because I realized real quick how addicting it was and how expensive it was and time consuming. So I was like, I'm backing away from this one. Carterell Patterson is better than Rashad White. Probably.
the excitement that I had coming into this season. Now, by no means has he not been productive. Last game was obviously, I got to do a way better job being able to get him involved in a game like that with the match.
People watch it as a sport. Yes, it sure is, man. It'll tire me out.
Matchups we had, but he's still getting targets. He's still in the 50s in receptions, and he's a big part of what we do, And if you compare that across the league versus for other number 2 receivers, like he's still a big part of what we do. I would love to see more because I know there's that great player that all of you have seen firsthand, and I want to make that come to life for us to just help us on what our goal is to win this division, and to set ourselves up long term. So.
How much of injuries taking a bite out of him, though? I know you.
Now they're asking how much is injuries taking a bite out of his plays. Yeah, it's amazing to me, Scott, how little they've been using Patterson in Atlanta now. I figured they could be like a hydra over there, 3-headed monster.
You weren't here
Yeah.
last year, previous to his injuries, but he is fighting through like a lot of guys.
Yeah.
And you don't see the separation with him in all the analytics that people keep.
I think that Chris wins in his own way. The bottom line with Chris is he's such a strong catcher. He just needs a surface. And
Now, this is something I found very interesting. He brings this up a lot when he's talking about the receivers. He says surface. I have no idea what he's talking about there. Is he talking about an open body? It's very strange. As we go on, he'll talk more about it. But y'all let me know what you think he's talking about there. I've never heard that term before, and it seems to be something that he preaches to his receivers.
He's consistently doing that, setting guys up, making himself available. And again, talking about the, just the play of offense in general for the quarterback, by no means am I going to go into this game and say, Baker, you got to force this ball into Chris. I want Baker to see the shell. I want him to see the matchup. I want him to take it all in and take the ball where he feels the most confident about what the look tells him to do, So that's kind of something I just wanted to share with all of you is I can't go do the other thing and try to start forcing balls to guys. I want the system in the offense to continue to grow and fit in that way. I hope that answers it.
When you look at his pass production too, he was in a slot mostly, playing with Tom Brady, who, you go through the list of slot receivers he's utilized.
Yeah.
The production's come down a bit, but that's to be expected with the move to be outside.
Yeah, so I'll talk to that too. So if you really talk about like first and second down, when we have multiple tight end sets, that's going to put Chris outside a lot. Why? Because there are two best receivers. Chris and Mike are our two best guys. We do have some slot combos, but we love getting these matchups. And we take a look at these weeks and we see, okay, they got these two corners, okay? Where's my matchups at? Well, I love to take advantage of it in 12 with Chris out there. So that's where a lot of the outside, but if you do look at how we play Chris on third down, how we play him in the red zone, he ends up in the slot quite a bit, whether the letter on the picture says Z or F, which is traditionally the slot letter for us in our offense. We put him in there. We try to utilize him inside to get those matchups. He's always a physical matchup on
That's interesting. They use F for the slot receiver.
whatever nickel DB or safety they put inside. So, but I think just the volume of how much he's out there too, he's going to end up outside some as well, So, and the challenge too is like, I want to continue to just challenge him and push him also as he grows as an outside receiver to be able to be that big, reliable target out there as well. And yeah, go ahead.
Baker Mayfield said something interesting Sunday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the Joes.
He said he was glad, one reason he was glad Evans got the record, he didn't want to be the guy who broke Evans' record. He didn't want to be responsible. I'm not
This was a good point. He's talking about Baker Mayfield said that he didn't, talking about Baker Mayfield, did not want to be the guy that broke Mike Evans' streak.
saying Baker's forcing anything,
Right.
but maybe
So
in the back of his mind, he's paying more attention to Evans than Godwin.
So the question is, do you think that Mayfield is consciously or subconsciously throwing it to Evans to make sure he gets that streak? Now, that was fascinating. I never thought about that. With Brady, I did, because we all know Brady was big into making sure people got their records or their incentives, their money, and all that good stuff. Didn't think about that with Baker. I don't know why. We've been talking about how he's been feeding Mike Evans all year long. It never dawned on me that, he's just trying to make sure Mike gets his 1,000 yards. So it's going to be interesting to see if that changes, and if it does change, is everybody going to be like, oh, it's because Godwin's wife said this, or, oh, it's because, now they're just trying to get Godwin more involved, or, they feel like they've been zoning in on Evans too much. When in all reality, it's because, well, now that Mike's got his 1,000 yards, they're just not as concerned about it anymore. That was fascinating. I was like, I had not thought about that. I wanted to smack myself too. I was like, yeah, that's quite a blaring reason for them to be feeding Mike that. And Baker could only see a 6'5" head over the line. Rampage, you out? All right, brother. Thanks for dropping by. Have a great dinner, man. It's going to be Victory Monday. F equals flanker. I'll go with that. Yeah, Joe, I like that. Make Ritter have to beat us. But I don't think they will. I think they could be down 28 points and they're still going to run the ball.
Everybody in the stadium, right? Us, the defense, Baker. You look at some of the catches that Mike has made for us this year. It's just, that's an understanding that we all have, and I think that if, 12 targets for Mike, that's a really good day for us, and I've always kind of, even when I was in Seattle, but now here I go, guys, whenever we have Chris or Mike running full speed after the catch, we did our job because we designed a play that attacks a certain defense, and if they're screaming and running afterwards, that was a really cool design. So I think we're all, you know, tied into where's Mike at, you know, the whole football world is, you know. So I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. But again, I would love to get Chris going in a real way.
How have you seen Mike's game evolve in your new system?
You know, we're just giving him.
He was asked, how have you seen Mike evolve in your new system?
New toys to play with, that's all. So he's run every route you can think of in the route tree. And, you know, talking about, you know, what they did before, you know, in the pass game that was so prolific here, you know, with the Bucs, and, you know, just trying to give him some different things in our play pass game that they might not have had before, or some of the RPOs that wasn't really big around here. So those are some of the cool things that he really just showed, like he's got a whole other part of his game that he can do. So I love what he's been doing, you know, with that. And he'll tell you, he'll be the first one to tell you too, like he's still learning some of these routes and the details of how to do it. And that seam route, the 75-yarder, was like classic point to that right there, of him just kind of buying into the depth of it, you know, the footwork of it, the surface coming out of it, and all that stuff. So
you see, here he said surface again. He said the surface coming out of it. What's he talking about there? I have no idea. And he also talks about how he coached Mike into the yards after the catch. And Mike did it on that play. Footwork. I want to know what this surface thing is he's talking about.
I'm glad it happened for us.
Is there any area in particular that he's really improved on that you see this year?
Asking if there's any area that Mike has improved on.
I mean, he was a guy that didn't have a lot of yak in years past, and so every year we talked to him, that was always kind of been a goal for him. And the play kind of was the epitome of that.
Yeah, I mean, that may be, you know, I wasn't here before, so I don't have all of those things banked in my memory, but I do see him just having a plan after the catch, you know, and having that free hand ready to break tackles. So.
Coach, you talked about where Cody has improved a lot from week 1 to week 14. Kind of curious how you think you've improved, what you've learned over the course of the season.
Oh, I love this.
Appreciate you asking that. Good. So like,
hold on. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Improved a lot from week 1 to week 14.
Ready to break tackles. So.
Coach, you talked about where
Cody
has improved a lot from week 1 to week 14.
This guy asks, he said, you said that Cody Mock has improved a lot since week 1. And you pointed out the ways he's improved. How have you, being a first-time offensive coordinator and play caller, what are some things that you've improved on? Which I love Canales' response here.
14. Kind of curious how you think you've improved, what you've learned over the course of the season as a play caller.
Appreciate you asking that. Good. So like, the cool part about my job is I get to watch around the league and learn from a bunch of really experienced play callers. And so for me, it's like every week is a lesson, you know, and we play the Falcons the first time. We got a little bit over a minute left. I throw the ball 3 times and give them a chance to go back down and get a field goal, you know. We've made gains in that regard, you know, in terms of just clock management. Can I sneak in a run or a screen right here and still be able to function without being in a hurry up? So that's kind of one of the ways, is just balancing some of those known pass situations, whether it's a draw or a screen, some of those things there. And then also just like being able to be disciplined for myself on when we do have a big play designed for a specific coverage, not to get so excited that I'll prematurely call it in a place it doesn't quite fit, you know, and really being patient for those 70% or better type of situations to attack the coverage. So that's one place I think for sure for me. And then of course, just, you know, dealing with all the other things that come with this job, you know, and dealing with, you know, the, you know, different conversations, different pressures and all that, and being able to like take it all in and really just get myself back to the basics of, okay, but fundamentally we can still just improve here, and having that type of discipline. So
how about the pressure of this game?
I thought that was I love that. And I really liked his excitement about the question. He was like, I really appreciate you asking me that. Good. That is so cool. But he's talking about his time clock management. I mean, we've had 2 games where we basically scored too quick and let the other team come back and beat us at the last minute. And he's realized that, you know, and he's talked about it. He said that was one of the big things I had to learn. And, you know, now he's like can we squeeze in a run here or a screen here just to run some time off the clock? Time management is something he's had to learn. The other thing was the not getting too excited and calling plays prematurely, because he'll have plays set up for certain types of defenses, and he'll run it, and he'll run it when it doesn't matter, because he's so excited to run the play, and he needs to save them for when it matters, and that is a hard thing to do, man. Just by playing. Just about any sport, you get excited when you could do something good, and a lot of times you'll do it, and then you'll be like, oh, I shouldn't have done it there because now they know I can do that, or they got time now to build a defense against it or whatever. And that happened to me so many times. You're just like, oh, that was dumb. And then what was the third thing he said? Oh, just dealing with the communication aspects of dealing with people and stuff. Oh gosh, Joe, yeah, it used to drive me crazy with Mike and his catching and falling. He would just catch it and go down. Catch it and go down. Not covering your mouth still, yeah. Somebody needs to text him that one. Well, what do you think it is, Kate? I really want to know, because I've never heard it. You heard it before, yeah. And the way he said it there the last time, it gave me the impression he wasn't talking about a physical surface, but a way of thinking. Yeah, he said something like using his surf or something. He said it in a strange way. He brings it up again here in a little bit, I think. I thought he genuinely liked the question. Scott, you out too? All right, brother. Have a good one, man. We'll see you from Victory Monday. Tell me a theory. I don't want to start playing this until I don't want to be rude. All right, no, I'll start playing it. You type your theory up.
Because,
yeah.
You've been building.
Yeah.
But there's no more tomorrow, sort of, with
no
the
doubt.
way it is with Atlanta and this division, even you're still alive.
Yeah.
So what is this week of preparation like with your players in terms of understanding that gravity of that?
Okay. He was asked, with this game being so important, to possibly get the NFC South top position, blah, 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 division rival. How are you conveying the importance to the players?
Hopefully, I've conveyed to them the gravity of preseason one throughout. That's just the way I was raised, the way I was trained under Pete, was every game is a championship opportunity. And I truly believe that. I was just as nervous before any of our preseason games as I was last week, knowing how big that game was for us for a lot of different reasons, And what I don't want is for guys to go, hey, but it's the Falcons, so now we really got to go. Because then what does that say about the rest of our preparation, all the hard work that the coaching staff and the players have put into all the other games? They all matter. And I know that's cliche, but hoping that we can convey that to our group is like, let's always be preparing like it's a championship opportunity, so when they come, we're right up on it. We're playing for the division championship every single week here. It's nothing new for them, that they can wear that load comfortably, and still continue to do our work and stay focused on a day-to-day basis.
What's your message to the team this week?
Message to the team?
Wow. What's up, David? Oh, interesting information. The Buccaneers have Devin White and Jamel Dean are out, and Vita Vea is a questionable, doubtful thing there. So there's a possibility we're not going to have Vita Vea. But on the Falcons, Onyemata is out. They're one of the premier defensive linemen. He's out. Their right tackle, McGrary, is out. And their inside linebacker, 53, Nate Landman is out. Those are all 3 starters. And Onyemata being out is a big deal because Grady Jarrett, he was on our injured reserve. Now Onyemata being out, so Calais Campbell is really the only one left. That's going to be an issue, I think, on their defensive line. So I put my prediction in. I think we're going to win it. I think 21-17 because that was my biggest concern was their defensive line. Kate, that's interesting. I'm going to have to rewatch this with that in mind. I need to just clip out those references. LMH, 23-21 Falcons. So you're going from 23-17 Bucs to 23-21 Falcons? Gotcha. Al, I got your updated. Molly, have you not seen all the faces he's been making? Every time we pause the screen, it's been hilarious. So you think he's talking about the sense of the outer limit range at which the ball can be catchable? So like a catch radius? You have to give him a surface. Oh, no. No problem, Dave. Well, somewhere in his catching window. So is he using surface as catch radius? Like a 3-dimensional, like a ball. I'm not sure about questionable, David. Those 3 are just the big ones that I paid attention to. Yeah, Kate, I wish that, or I hope somebody in the media will ask him to dive a little bit deeper than that. Yeah, hopefully Vita will play, but he didn't play well against the Panthers. They manipulated him pretty good, unusually good for Vita. And it's one of the reasons why they were able to run on us. So maybe him being hurt, it'd be better if he doesn't play. Okay, I got you, MH. Updated. Moving the time, movement of the route. What's up, Jim? Speaker of Falls, Hope saying. He's saying everything's great. Like 4-dimensional catch radius. Okay. 4-dimensional. Wow. Yeah. We got quantum mechanics up here in this thing. Tampa 24-20. Yeah. That's what I think too, David. I'm putting you down. 24-20. Bucs. What's up, Robert? Yeah. Yeah, Atlanta has, they're trying something unique over there. They're trying to put together a good foundation football team based on physicality and running the ball. And we shouldn't have lost the first time we played them. And I'm worried that they're just going to get better. I don't know if we've gotten better. I would actually argue that we dipped, but I think it's a real possibility that we win. I just don't know. I don't know if this is going to be sustainable. If that makes any sense. I think Atlanta's building something that's going to be hard to beat for a long time to come. If we don't win Sunday, I think our season might be done. So this is going to be a very, very interesting week of football. Oh, yeah. Yeah, MH. Yeah, he's definitely gotten his footwork a lot better with getting to the second level. But that's really the only improvement I've seen. He's getting there. Yeah, he's getting. But, like Canale said earlier in this, that the thing with Mock is he's just unflappable confidence-wise. He's like the guy's just, nothing bothers him, which is great because that was my biggest concern that, Mock was just going to get devastated confidence-wise. So that's why they're keeping him in there. He actually they thought about bringing a veteran in, and they decided no to keep him playing because he's just going to improve. So that was interesting. Did I call Arthur a good coach? All right, David. You still on the road, man? Yeah, I think it was who was it that said earlier that, and it's the game plan we need to have is to get up quick and have them try to have Ritter beat us and not their run game. But unfortunately, I think even if we're up 28 points, they're still going to focus on their run game. Yeah, no, that was Robert. No, we shouldn't have lost the first game. No, not at all. Against Atlanta? No, we shouldn't. 3 to 4 years down the line, yeah. All right, David. Hopefully we'll see you Monday for Victory Monday. Yes, Robert, 100%. I agree with you. Yeah, we talked about it here quite a bit going into that game. I was like, if we lose against this game, we're in trouble as a team. There's something broken. And when we lost, I was like, well, there's something broken. And then we go on that long losing streak. I was like, I see what they're doing in Atlanta, but it's going to be a while before they get there. And that's why I was like, we can't lose to them in their infant stage. And we did. That was a tough loss, man. That was the worst loss of the year to me.
No different. Our goal is 1-0, and we're in pursuit of the division championship. And it's the same MO. How are we going to do that? By taking care of the ball, by having great effort and playing smart and having answers for different things that they do. And if we can just stay focused on that, and trying to convince the guys, we've had a couple of turnovers, and even in the last Falcons game, we had 2, but if we can really focus on having the right play design, then it does help minimize those interceptions or those fumbles because it's a leverage game, and so if you haven't won by leverage on the route, can we go to the next one? For the run game, if we run it into bad leverage, the running back's in peril, so I think just keep staying consistent on some of those principles so that the guys can feel this is the consistency I want you to know you can expect from us, from myself and from our staff. Good. Thank you all. All right, appreciate it.
Interesting. I know. I just like his press conferences. I always learn something. I was really fascinated by what he said about Cody Mock. And then when he was asked you said that Cody has improved since week 1. Well, how have you improved? And he just seemed thrilled he was like, I really appreciate you asking me that. Although Tom might be correct, and he was actually saying, that's a real crappy thing for you to ask me. But And then there was that whole surface thing with the wide receivers. That's fascinating. I'm going to go back and listen to it, Kate, with your theory in mind there. I might be able to get some insight, because I was thinking he was talking about physical surface, like opening yourself up to the quarterback, I don't know. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. That's because of home field advantage, I guess. Oh man, that's just horrible that we're considered at their level. Not to, right, Robert. And hey, we can still do it, man. I mean, not undefeated, but we can still take this. We can still take it. Mm-hmm. I don't think so, MH, because their stadium is empty. I don't think any of them really like Ritter. I think they just think he's a placeholder for right now. Don't know. I haven't talked to any Atlanta fans. Yeah, true enough, Joe. True enough. And, I'm telling you, if Foles does get fired, I want to keep Canales. I like him. I might be being selfish, a little selfish there. The whole, I like his press conferences and I watch press conferences, so he makes it interesting for me. But I kind of like what he's doing on the offense. I wish he would have stuck with what he came in with. I think he got scared, really drew back, and it started from a very vanilla conservative offense. And it does seem like we're starting to get more dynamic. Last week I thought was pretty good. I saw that they were doing that orbit motion. I think they did it 4 times, and then they were setting it up for that play in the red zone, and that was neat. I like that. And then right after that, they shifted it. They did the orbit play, and they got it on the left hash mark, and they set that up for the end around with Godwin, so he had all the space on the right, because they were on the left hash mark. So I thought it was pretty cool. So he's doing stuff like that, and I like it. And you can tell he's a thinker. Might be all that Adderall will do that for you. Joking. I'm just joking. I don't know. Oh, no, Tom, I was saying, no, I wasn't saying we should have won it and got cheated out of the game. I'm saying, like, on paper, and like we are the better team. We were. It's like we should have won that game. I mean, logic. I mean, we're a defense that's been playing this system for a long time. We got a veteran coaching staff where, we had all this. We should have beat them. And like I said, they were in their infancy in their whole system. So we should have gotten that game. I don't know, Kate. I was surprised they stuck with Ritter this year. Really did shock me. I mean, they didn't really seem like they were trying for a quarterback. But I don't think they're trying to build a non-quarterback dependent team is how I feel. Like kind of old school, because they've had Matt Ryan for ever. And they've always been a pretty heavy quarterback dependent team. I think we talked about that yesterday. Atlanta's always been known as a pass heavy quarterback, wide receiver friendly team and not a defensive physical team. And I think they're trying to change that. I think that's their goal. So I think, honestly, I don't think they really care who's back there at quarterback, or it's just not as important as it is for most teams. That makes sense? Yeah, this probably will be Ritter's coming out again. He'll end up putting up 500 yards on us. Yeah, Al, it's going to be tough, man, if, when if we get rid of Bowles, it's going to be tough to bring in a quarterback, because if we get rid of Bowles, we're getting rid of the whole coaching staff, I'm sure. All Arians' old buddies, everything. It's just going to be a complete clean slate. And who's going to want to come? Especially if we're going to be drafting 15th. We're not going to get an elite coach. Let's put it that way. Robert says there is no tanking. I can't see Canales being a head coach just yet. I think it's coming. I think it'll be a while, though. That would be mighty bold. But then again, these are the same people that put Raheem Morris in as a head coach. So, talk about somebody who wasn't ready to be a head coach. Raheem Morris. Yeah, that's how I feel too, Tom. I think they're going to be on top for a while. With all the hype talk, are we feeding Godwin? See, that's going to be very interesting. Are they going to try to feed Godwin? And is Mott getting beat this game? Man, he's going to get beat, but I don't think it's going to be as consistently because, like I said, the only person left on their defensive line is Calais Campbell. Justin Fields. Yeah, now see, he would be perfect in Atlanta. Perfect. Good call. We need to make sure Atlanta does not get Justin Fields. That's exactly who they would like. Yes, 100%. Can we get Kiffin and Monty? Or Lane and Monty, right? We beat us more than they beat us last time. Yeah, that's true. That was a tough game, man. We ain't got no money. We broke. Next year we're going to start climbing out of the debt, though. I think we should pay Mike. I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm back on the Mike Evans bandwagon, as you can tell. Got my alarm clock Mike Evans jersey. Man, I don't know. Canales he's had a tough transition to play calling. Actually, I don't know if it's been that bad. It's been about what we expected, actually. Actually been a little bit better than I expected. Well, I say that, but no. It's been better in some ways, worse in some ways. But as a head coach, I don't know. But I think he's really good with people. I think he's a people person. So that'd be interesting, Kate. I don't know. I'd love to play Justin Fields twice a year. Al, give me a couple weeks. I'll probably be back on the don't sign Mike Evans bandwagon. That's going to be so funny if they do just feed Godwin the whole game. We all know what it's going to be, the reason why. It's just, I don't want to see Mike play anywhere else. It was hard for me to see John Lynch play at Denver. It was really hard. The Sapp going to Oakland didn't bother me that bad. and it really felt good when he didn't perform that great there, you know. But John Lynch, you know, he went to Denver and just started racking up Pro Bowls. He was just killing it over there. That was really hard for me because he was one of my favorite players. And I don't want to see that happen with Mike or Levante. Pay Mike for deduct for drops. Yeah, I'd love to get Lane Kiffin, Lane and his dad as a team. He could. How old was Jerry Rice? Jerry Rice played into his 40s, right? I mean, towards the end there, he wasn't putting up monster numbers or anything, but he was still decent. Deduct for games missed. Games missed, dropped the balls. Oh, Chris Godwin's wife is Caucasian? I didn't know that. So now nobody's scared of her. Or they'll just start calling her a Karen, right? Oh, she's just being a Karen. Thank you, Robert. That's how I feel. It's incredible that we're paying Levante peanuts this year. What, I think $4 million? You know, and he's out there balling, showing up Devin White, who's getting paid 12. You know, the one thing, Kate, the one thing Mike brings that is never going to go away is all the defensive pass interference calls. I mean, that alone right there is good for, 50 yards a game. I wish they kept stats like that. You know, how many. He has got to be by far the most penalized and receiving penalties wide receiver in the history of the NFL. Every time he catches the ball, Molly's like, okay, they're going to throw a flag, and there's a 50% chance it's on him. Good grief. Was Jerry Rice 43? Hey, Mike could put up 1,500 yards this year. 42. That's incredible. That's incredible. I was hurting myself getting out of chairs when I was 40. Now I hurt myself thinking about getting out of chairs.
Permission required to
42-year-old Mike Evans is still going to be 6'5". Oh, y'all cracking me up. But I got to I was going to play an ad, but I don't have my ad stuff turned on. I didn't know you couldn't do an ad when you don't have it monetized. All right, I got to turn the air conditioner on real quick because my computer's getting hot. I forgot to do that earlier. So it'll take me 1 second. I'm going to put my be right back scene on. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work because it's cold out there already. It's cold out there. It's hot in here. It is hot in here, man. I should have definitely done this before I started the live stream. Just way too much stuff. I need a producer. I need somebody else to take care of all this stuff for me. No, I've never seen Jerry Rice's workouts. Wouldn't that be something to have a wide receiver beat Jerry Rice's numbers? I've never thought that would be possible. That would be like a quarterback beating Tom Brady's numbers. I just don't think it'll ever happen, but is that even possible? Mage says, no way. Well, that's true. You do start to shrink when you get older. 6'4.5". I've shrank almost 2 inches. Huh. I did not know that. He ran up steep sand hills. You remember Allstott's workouts? He used to drag tires behind him. He was old school. Okay, so Onyemata's out. He was number 93 or 90. He's number 90. And 53 is out too. All right, they don't have their first string defense out there. Boom. Did he catch that? That was a good catch. Yeah, close. He got close. There's the ball. Here's his hands. No way he caught that. I don't think he caught that, did he? No. He read that right away. They did that earlier in the game, too. They were sniffing out those screens. I don't know. Why did he not block that guy? He could have hit him, right? They're within 5 yards. Oh, because he's getting the ball. I thought he was throwing this away. Oh, that's funny. Boom. Huh. It's an interesting play design by the Jets. I will do that, Tom. Jerry Rice was the man. We'll never see another one like him. And I like Mike Evans and everything, but he's not Jerry Rice, you know. She's like, I don't think there'll ever be a Tom Brady again. MK's going Bucs 45-9. Nice run. That was sweet. You know, and maybe that's, you know, the 63 he's not a very good lineman in pass protection, but he is very fast and athletic. That's probably why they got him. I wouldn't say he's really even a good run blocker, but he can get out there. He squeezes right through this hole. I like this run. Zip! Look at that hole he squeezes through. Zip! Bijan mustard. Boom. Oh, man. Okay. This is 70. I don't think. Yeah, they're starting. That's Matthews. Their starting right tackle is out now. I think he started this game. Number 76, but they got 77 in there now. So I think he got hurt earlier in the game. I think. He got whooped there. What's up, Gage? Yeah, that's the interesting thing, Kate. It's going to be interesting to see if Baker starts spreading it around, because now that Mike's got his 1,000 yards, you know, what's Mike going to do now? Is he going to keep going? Is he going to add to it? What's the most yardage he's had in the season? Does anybody know? Ritter's looking so much calmer and smoother now. That's one place that they have improved, I think. He's just not getting frantic at all. Look at this. That's oh. Ew. This is going to be who's going to be starting Sunday. $13,000. So Evans has got 2,000 yards to go. Oof, that's a lot. 67. Boom, 63. Look at this block. Cut block, 10 yards down the field. Oof. Oh, man. They cleared out that second level there. Boom. Running behind that tight end, 46. Man, there was nobody in the Jets stands either. That's pretty sad when you can't fill up a New York stadium. The Jets and the Giants, man, I bet the Meadowlands is just... They're hating it. And this guy is not very good. 77. He just, what is this, man? He's flexible. You hand him that. See, 63 is fast. He's able to get out there, but his blocks are just not good. Maybe they're hoping he can grow and develop in that area. My goodness. He gets blocked up here by 57. Boom. It looks like he gets disoriented. He's like, I don't know where I'm going. Dang. The dude can run, can he? It's Algier. He doesn't look that big, too. That's the thing. But he plays like he's 300 pounds. This was supposed to be a screen. But 95 wraps up 7. Oh, he's holding him. You can see his jersey right here. He's holding him. So he couldn't get out. Red had to throw it away. Good job, defensive lineman. Got some smart guys over there. Storm Norton. Number 77. His name is Storm. Gotta say, that's a cool name. Storm Norton. That's who we're gonna be playing it. Or they're gonna be playing it right tackle. Oh, you ain't got nothing open there. What are you doing? Is he throwing it to 8? Oh, good catch. That dude was draped on him too. Here's the ball right there. I think this was probably pass interference. That's a good, strong catch, man. Not the best decision in the world for the quarterback, but is that Pitts? He just got pushed straight back again. He is definitely susceptible to the bull rush. I mean, yesterday they were just pushing him back constantly. Jake Matthews. I think we've been saying that about him for years, all right? Go back and look through my notes. Is their fullback Keith? Oh, he whiffs. He totally whiffs. Oh man. 91 just looks at him. He's like, dude, I'm just gonna sidestep that. Here's Whitehead. He makes the tackle. Boom. Oh God, that was so funny yesterday with Whitehead slamming Bijan Mustard. 1,500 yards in 2018. Hey, we just started watching film, Gage. We're just kind of BSing and seeing what we can see. Number 1 on Atlanta. They've also got Onyemata's going to be out on the defensive line. Number 90, who's like one of their best guys. And their linebacker, too, 53. So I think we got a chance. Godwin and Otten have been ghosted, you know what I mean? Jerry Rice has... Tom's ready to fight over it. Tom's like, what? You talking about Jerry Rice? Canty should have a big game, yeah. Now, he played in the first week one, or the first matchup against Atlanta, right? Wasn't that like his first game back? Can't remember. Oh my gosh. What are y'all doing? Who? Oh, this dummy here. What's he doing? Man, I wish we played the Jets. '63 got that Cody Mock body still. If you give him a hamburger. Yeah, that's crazy, Al. When you pointed that out to me, I didn't even realize how wide receivers don't play past 30. Yeah, it was a good catch, Tom. That Pitts. They just haven't used him. You know, they drafted him and then changed everything up. He's in between a rock and a hard place over there. Right, MH? Yep. Oh, so Adams is going to make $17 million at the age of 32. All right, he's going to break that glass ceiling, the wide receiver glass ceiling. Man, see, those are the kind of plays we were designing up all preseason and just abandoned them. Worked good there. Uh-oh. 85 and 57? Start fighting? Get him. Punch him in the face. Punch him. Ah. Hey, we got a Patterson sighting. Oh, he dropped it. Oh, and then batted it out of bounds. That was good. That is Patterson, right? Is he 84 or 85? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, good job. Okay. 67 season. He ain't going to get him, though, is he? Nope. He bats it out of, he knocks this thing out of bounds. Man, this looks like something Canales would draw up right there. What? Yeah, man. It's like, all right, guys, let's all meet up in the middle. We can talk about what we're going to do after the game. Boom. Oh, man. Who was that? That was Whitehead? Was that Whitehead laid him out? So you're saying that he's not a good tackler? Oh, no, that's on Atlanta. Okay. Atlanta's number one. Who is that? Who is Atlanta's number one? Jeff Okudah, cornerback. Okay. Almost as good as Edelman. Boom, Whitehead. Man, I wish we would have kept him. He just dislodged that ball from that player. Ooh, that was a running back too. Bijan Mustard. What happened in 92? Did he get injured there? There he is. That's 92. He's hurt. He's hurt. He told that guy, get away from me. This guy. He goes to help him. He was like, all right, buddy. Dang. People say Mike is a Hall of Famer right now if he retired. I don't know. He has, but Reggie Wayne has Bolton 13-7, Terry Holt 13-3. Just not today. I think one of the biggest knocks on Mike Evans is yards after the catch. It's always been low. So it does seem like he's trying to work on that. A little help from Canales. But, you should have caught that, buddy. You know, he's just not, he's kind of been, I wouldn't even say boring, but, you know, it's generally like we were saying, he would catch the ball and then just go down. And like I said, he's never gotten like recognition as a good receiver. You know, playing fantasy football, I've gotten Mike Evans every year for the past, 7, 8 years, because nobody will ever pick him up. You know, and come, round 4 or 5, I'm like, dang, nobody's going to pick up Mike Evans. I'll grab him. So, not never getting on the highlight reels and not having those Tyreek Hill type yards after the catch plays. I mean, he'll get some nice catches every now and then that look fancy. But this is like one of the first plays where he's from last week. That was just a bad pass there. Where he was on a highlight reel for yards after the catch, you know. But one of the things to his benefit is that he's gotten 1,000 yards every year under quite a few different quarterbacks. And I think I saw the list, and it was 7 different quarterbacks that he's played for in the NFL. So you gotta be impressed with that. He's not quarterback dependent at all. What do we got? Is Vita playing? We do not know. The way the Bowles was talking, it sounded like he's going to be more doubtful than he is questionable. So they said they're going to wait till game day to find out. Yeah, he's Tom, that's Molly's. She just loves that about Mike. It's like every time he catches the ball, like, all right, who's going to get the penalty, him or the defense? I don't know, Joe. You know, we were watching that Canales presser earlier, and somebody asked, it was one of the Joes from JoeBucksFans.com. I can't ever remember which one's which. They both have very distinct voices, but I can't remember who's who. And he asked if maybe he said that Baker Mayfield said in his press conference that he didn't want to be the quarterback that broke Mike Evans' streak. And so he asked Canales, he said, do you think maybe subconsciously, if not consciously, that he was throwing the ball to Evans all these weeks to try and make sure Evans got the 1,000 yards? So it might have been now that Mike has gotten his 1,000 yards, he might spread it out more. You know, I think it's going to be interesting to see. No matter how it turns out, there's going to be a lot of speculation. You know, if they start throwing it more, say Godwin gets 6 catches this week, everybody's going to be like, see, if you want a problem solved, get your wife in there. All right, Kate, we shall see you Monday. Hopefully you can make it for Victory Monday. Yeah, LMH, they said they're going to, I don't know if it's going to be a game time decision, but they said, Coach said they're going to find out Sunday if he's going to be able to play. So I would imagine it'll be game time. The way Coach was talking sounded to me like he was very doubtful that Vita was going to play. But you could tell watching that game film, Vita was not. He was not on point. You know, I was saying in there that the Panthers did a good job of controlling Vita, which rarely happens. That was a false start. You tell me that's not a false start. You say that was a false start too. They got away with one. Unless they were saying he was going in motion. I don't know. I don't know. Pretty sure that was a false start. Should have been. Oh, Ritter. What? What was that? He tripped on his own dude. That's the kind of quarterbacking we like to see. He just trips right on his own. He just runs right up on him. Weep. Oh, man. We can't lose to these guys. Come on. And why did he scramble? I mean, he's not even being pressured. Oh, my gosh. Whew. Yeah, they missed it, Joe. They did not throw a flag there. I didn't even see the Jets calling for one. It was weird. It's like everybody missed it. Tom. Well, I would argue that Logan Hall was better in that game last week against the Panthers. But don't ever repeat that. I did not say that. Atlanta is looking more disciplined. Is that the word I want to use? Than they were at the beginning of the year. They're not making as many dumb mistakes. There's number one. He got in on that tackle. He's a little skinny dude. Where's he throwing? What? Where's he throwing? He should be throwing here. Looks like he's going to try and throw here. Oh, no. Oh. No. Man, I bet this guy hates that quarterback. Look at this. Oh, no. Bad decision, bad pass, too. That was a little bit of miscommunication there, maybe. I don't know. That's got to hurt. Good play action, though. I like that. You know who was impressive in that play action game was Gardner Minshew. He really got us a lot with that play action. I couldn't see it from the broadcast or the game film, but the way the players were reacting to it, you could tell he was disguising it very well. Yeah, that part's going to mysteriously get cut out. Yeah, Al, what was the last first round draft pick we've hit on? It'd be so nice to get a quarterback, franchise quarterback. We've never had one. Ever. We've had them, but we let them go. Tom. It'd be so hard on Logan, man. Oh, they cut him? I did not know that. I know they were questioning who they were going to start, but I didn't know they cut the guy. Okay, Worfs, yeah. So that was a couple years ago. Okay, 23-21 Bucs. All right. It's a tough one, ain't it, MH? $23-21 Bucs. But the good thing is, no matter how it goes, you'll always be able to point back and say, you know, I had picked close to that because you got so many picks. 3 years ago? Okay. Yeah, it seems about right. That was just a mess over there. Tight end 46, he didn't know what was going on. He ends up... Why does everybody keep running into 77? Does he have like a big butt or something? Right here? He does look like a tall dude, big guy. Hey, Cody, what's up, man? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not 100% confident the Bucs are going to win, but I'm pretty confident. Of course, I said this the first time we played too. I was really very confident we were going to win that game. And I said, if we lose to Atlanta, we got some serious issues. And sure enough, we go on a big losing streak. We all picked the Steelers last night in the chat. We were like, yeah, this is going to be a blowout. Yeah, Steelers. Was it just me, or did the Steelers look like they didn't want to win? I really got that impression. Like they had no urgency at the end of the game. Tomlin, what was it Tomlin did where I was like, oh, wow, when you went for it, what was it? Yeah, when they went for it on fourth, I think it was near the goal line or something. I was like, what is he doing? Just kicked a field goal. And then later in the game, they went for it on fourth. Well, he's wide open, man. Jets have had some bad breakdowns in coverage, haven't they? I wish we'd played them. Yeah, this guy has no idea what he's doing. And Ritter took forever to see that guy wide open down there. That was a third down, too. Yep, 3rd and 6. Man, Jets, what are you doing? They had the bowls holes going. The toilet bowls. Oh, okay. I was wondering why he run out of the pocket. Does he see this guy coming? There's no way he sees this guy coming. No, he doesn't see that guy coming. Oh, that right. Yeah, that 4th and 2. And they still had there was plenty of time on the clock. I felt that they didn't have to go for No. Yeah, they 4th and 2 and they threw that bomb. Yeah. Yeah. You were like, what? Do you even want to win the game? Yeah, it was very, very strange. Very strange. Tom. I'm just trying to be like you, man. Go pick the opponent. Ooh, we're tied 30-30 with the Falcons. Gosh, we played them 60 times. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we've only been in that division for, 20 years? That's 40 times. Wow. Huh. All right. Got the Christmas tree put up last night, and immediately, as we were pulling it out of the box, the cats were messing with it. The one cat climbed up in the tree today. We got a baby gate around it. This is never a good look for your offensive line. Oh my God. So wait, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like he's getting ready to go down too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's not a good look. Wow. The baby, though, has not really been interested in it at all, surprisingly. She's a good baby. Have they been rolling him out of the pocket this whole game? I don't feel like they have. It's just like been here at the end. No. Breakdown in the line there. A communication breakdown. All right, here we go. This is a 3rd down, though. They got to get to here. Who's he throwing it to? Oh, he threw it to Pitts. That's what I was going to say, man. If Pitts seems like one of those guys that you just throw it to when you need the ball. All right, so. She is a good baby. She was eating cat food earlier. She finally got some Christmas catnip. You know, Cody, I was saying that, you know, I'd love to see somebody compare injuries now to injuries even 10 years ago. Because it does. I feel the same way. It just seems like there's many more injuries. Oh, yeah, Mitch Trubisky, man. Yeah, what was there? Last time I heard, it was like 7 starting quarterbacks are out on injured reserve this year. It's almost a third of the quarterbacks or something. Yeah, it seems to me like you lived your life like a candle in the wind. That would have been a much better throw, but does he catch this? Okay. Can't complain too much. Oh, that other one probably would have been a touchdown. Oh, hey. Is that Zach Wilson? That's not the same guy, was it? You said they fired him? They released him? I did not do that, man. They sure did. No, that's Trevor Siemian in there. Man, I can't believe they just cut that dude. That had to hurt. Not right offhand, Tom, but I feel like I did know that at some point. Let me think. Baker Mayfield. But dang, that was like his first start, wasn't it? Well, he was a third, fourth stringer to begin with, right? Man, they both just false start there. Look at that. And he does. What's going on here? I want this reffing crew. Oh man, 96 just blows right through here. He tosses 67 into this guy coming across. They collide. Oh, 96, make the tackle. Huh. I haven't seen Campbell out since we've been watching game film today. Calais. Oh, I just said that, and there he is. No, it's not him. Boom, get him. Dang, Jets, you suck. Oh, he did throw the flag. Late hit out of bounds. Oh, come on. That's weak. Weak sauce. Isn't Ripien? He's on the Jets, right? Or is that a? Yeah, he's their third string. I know, I'm all like rooting for him and stuff. Get him. Realizing it's the Falcons. But we all know how this turns out. Falcons went and playing for Trask. Oh, man. What happened there? Look, something happened because that dude. Oh, is this Onyemata? Who is it? Because there's Campbell. Who is this? Who is this guy? Because he is hurt. Is that the linebacker, 53? Yep. That's 53. He's out for the season, it looks like. Bang! Nah, just hyperextended. He's hurt, though. He's down here. This guy looks down and he sees it, puts his hands on his head, like, oh my gosh, that's horrible. So it must look pretty bad. Boom, got him. Trask didn't start in high school? Get out of here. We drafted somebody. Did he even play in college? Man, 77 stinks. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, Joe, their win last time was a fluke against us. I mean, they lost to the Cardinals. Trask through the pits in college. Huh, did not know that. Oh. Yeah, I don't think so either, but you never know in this crazy world, man. Quarterback that's never played football in high school, never started in high school or college, becomes the best NFL quarterback ever to play. 67 got whooped there. Ritter just chunked that one up. Boom. They do have some fast offensive linemen now. Can't block for crap. They can get to you. You know, like 77, he zips out there. Misses the block, but 63, he's out there. They're fast. They're slim, too. They're svelte for offensive linemen. Athletic. Dang. Who was that on? Looked like both of them were fighting for the ball there. It's got to be on the Jets, right? No. All right. I think I'll have to wrap it up. About ready for some dinner. Yeah. Okay. I feel confident, man. I felt confident last time we played them too. I was very confident. I was much more confident than I am now. But I do think Atlanta has improved. They look like they've gotten a little bit, few of their issues under control there. But they're still not the best team in the world. See, Falcons lost to the Titans. We beat the Titans. So football math means we're going to beat the Falcons. That's how it works. Matt Castle didn't start in college? I didn't know that. That would explain a lot. Yeah. All right, everybody got their predictions in? Yeah. I think Atlanta's D-line's taking a huge dive. I mean, I thought they were by far their best unit. Now they looking kind of weak. What's everybody doing this weekend? Anybody got plans? You know what I want to do? I want to go see that Godzilla -1 and The Abyss. The Abyss is back out in high definition. That was a great movie, and Cameron has re-released it, remastered with the alternate ending. And both of those movies are playing in town. So I might have me a movie day. Has anybody seen that Godzilla movie yet? Working on your toy hauler? Yeah, football math never works, but it's always fun to try and use math to prove you're going to win. What's the toy hauler, MH? Is that for the kids, or is that you've got a your own project there? You gonna put the set in Saturday? That's funny. That's my tribute to Mike Evans. I'm wearing his jersey today. Little alarm clock numbers. You've heard the Godzilla movies, man? Oh. Looks good to me. To me, monster. You got to really. I don't know if I've ever seen a bad monster movie. I just love monster movies, man. Oh, RV camper. Yeah, there you go. That sounds fun. He backed up Carson Palmer and Matt Leinart at USC. Dang. Then he had like one good game in the NFL. Ended up getting signed for a huge contract based on one good game. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out. And we're going to do this, man. We're going to do this Sunday. I think we're going to do it. I really do. I think we're going to turn a corner here. we got Devin White benched, basically. We've got Mike Evans is 1,000 yards out of the way. The running game is starting to turn around a little bit. And we're starting to use Rachaad White in space, getting him in the ball. So that's helping. I want to see some more of that David Moore. I'd like to see us put him out there running some routes. Because that's the thing with Palmer and Tompkins. They never get separation, like ever. And Tompkins, you would think he would with his speed. Palmer's supposed to be kind of fast, too. Did he have 10 good games? Well, good luck with that, MH. That's a good project. Sounds fun. All right, guys. Y'all have a blessed weekend, and let's stay positive. Keep that positive frame. We're going to win. We're going to win Sunday. This is the start of our playoffs. We're going to go to the playoffs. We're going to win at least one playoff game. We're going to win the NFC South. We're going to win at least one playoff game so that our crappy draft position won't hurt too bad. All right? That's our plan. All right, guys. Till next time, go Bucs.